Students in the Bain and Grantstown constituency can now pursue post-secondary education thanks to a new scholarship fund that was officially launched by the Urban Renewal Program this week. A special committee comprising of descendants from the area, corporate partners, and community leaders joined forces to ensure that students get the opportunities they need to become productive citizens and nation builders.
Is to ensure that the door of opportunity is open to deserving residents of this community who demonstrate a willingness to learn and excel.
Providing a sound tertiary level education for young deserving Bahamians is something members of the Bain and Grantstown Urban Renewal Program strive to ensure for inner city residents, and come July, dozens of scholarships will be awarded. Officer in charge of the Bain and Grantstown Urban Renewal Program, ASP Anthony Rolle, outlined some of the scholarships currently available.
These are merit-based and will be awarded for academic excellence. Such scholarships are available for studies in a wide range of subjects at the undergraduate level, either at the College of Bahamas, Bahamas Baptist College, Atlantic College, all of whom are represented here today, and or any other local accredited learning institution that has been approved by the Bahamas Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. 2, a technical vocational education and training scholarship. These scholarships will be awarded primarily to individuals who wish to learn a trade.
Several business partners have also agreed to hire students who have successfully completed their studies in welding, electrical, or mechanical engineering. One of those businesses is the Signman. Here's operations manager and vice chair, Patricia Cleare.
We do a lot of signage. We're always looking for skilled welders. So for those of you in the Bain and Grantstown who want to take on a course at the BTVI in welding, we will be delighted to have you and I employed at the completion of your accredited program.
Co-chair of the Urban Renewal Program, Algernon Allen, donated $1,000 to the fund. Additionally, area member of Parliament, Dr. the Honorable Bernard Nottage, donated a whopping $10,000. Dr. Nottage not only reflected on his success as a product of a scholarship, but strongly believes educating our young people will put a dent in crime.
Instead of using it to sell drugs, or to hold somebody in the backyard, or to, let's put them in a position to be able to reduce crime in our country and give them something that will give them the same sense of self-worth that they seem to get when they hold a gun. We can't, if we continue the way we're doing now, with what has happened to our young men, ain't gonna be no young men for the young women.
Having cutting-edge technology is key to Nassau becoming the first smart city in the region, and in its push to making that happen, the Bahamas Telecommunications Company is looking to spend between $65 and $70 million this year in upgrades, beginning with its Fiber in the Home project. BTC CEO Leon Williams believes hosting its recent Business and Technology Expo and Hackathon gave employees exposure to the latest and greatest technology and the opportunity to see where BTC stacks up in comparison to their international competitors. Williams says as a company, BTC is faced with the unique challenge having to replicate services throughout the populated islands, rocks, and keys.
We want to be the first in everything that we do. So for the banking industry and for the tourist industry, we want to have the latest and the greatest. We want high-speed internet, not just 3G, not just 4G, but the 2018 games, Korean games, will be 5G. The ITU has not yet defined what 5G is all about, but BTC want to be out front because in order to keep the Bahamas competitive against the other financial centers of Cayman Islands, Barbados, Bermuda, technology, as the IDB has stated, it is the oil of the crude oil of the 21st century. We have to get the technology, we have to get the broadband right to keep the country competitive.
With the business world constantly changing, Chairman of RSSE, Saunders, says it's time for Bahamians to step up and become shapers of the world's technology because they've gotten used to being consumers. Saunders, who served as a judge for BTC's hackathon competition, applauded the company's efforts in getting young people interested in becoming software engineers.
You need to have understanding about technology, not just around the programming of it, but understanding how you can harness it to get a competitive edge. And the more you can know how to utilize it by programming and turn it to your advantage, the better it will be for you. And that's the better it will be to be able to create companies that turn into what they call unicorns now. Well, these are billion-dollar companies, but turn into companies that have a lifespan at least, more than just 4 or 5 years.
The Bahamas Telecommunications Company is partnering with the College of the Bahamas to create an innovation lab at the Tertiary Institute to encourage the creation of more computer programs and apps locally. BTC CEO Leon Williams says he came up with the idea while he served as the vice chair for the Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organizations, CANTO, as it was something another company had done in Suriname. With BTC hosting its first hackathon this week, Williams says he wanted to provide a platform for students to delve deeper.
We're working with President Smith, who's given us the space, and I think this will allow more of what we're seeing here in the hackathon to be done at the college level. And so the students doing science, computer science, will have a lab that they could go to with all the platforms, whether it's an Android platform, an iOS platform, whatever the platform is, that they could sit down and do their coding and their arrays on it.
15 youngsters with an interest in computer coding, programming, and software development participated in BTC's first ever hackathon competition. The group spent 48 hours straight together working on a special project. So what was the outcome? Jimenita Swain has that.
The judges were ready and the ballroom of the Melia Resort was packed this past Friday as anticipation built for the participants of BTC's first hackathon to unveil the apps and accompanying software they had spent the past 48 hours pouring into. The groups Ocean Code, Hack5, and the Guild all presented their variations of software focused around the election campaign and information to assist voters. Some of the hackers even included gaming apps on their sites. BTC Chief Information Officer Alvin Smith on why BTC hosted the event.
We want to encourage young people to use their entrepreneurship skills as well as coding, use the technology so they can see that where they can form new businesses and start to use app development as a new economic thrust in the Bahamas.
So what we actually did is we actually created an app, a gaming app, in 2 days, and we called it MP Run.
Tevin Williams gave a snapshot of how their software worked, while Racquel Fowler explained how the team came together.
We use the face recognition software, so when you start to scroll over each candidate, the gender, age, and the constituency that they poll for is showing.
On the cash prize, what I'm walking away with most is the experience. When we showed up here on Wednesday morning, it was with the premise that we were here to spectate. We didn't even show up to participate. We actually just signed up on Wednesday morning. And there was some doubt in terms of our ability and would we be able to compete, but we just decided to do it as a team, and that's how we got involved.
Founder and CEO of Cairo's Brakeen said that it's one of the best hackathons he's judged, while a Catherine International Academy student, Terran Ferguson, also gave his take on the event.
Hackers were really, really strong. The ideas that they had working on the local election were really usable for anybody in the country.
I feel as though this hackathon is a great experience for all those who are technology driven and they choose this major as something they want to do in life. It also opens your mind to the opportunities that are available here in the Bahamas.
The HO-Nash band also wowed the crowd, and BTC made it clear that more hackathons are to come. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
And that does it for this portion of the news, but don't go anywhere. Sports with Jared Higgs is up next.